one of the Bible authors named John once wrote, "In the beginning was the Word, and the Word was with God, and the Word was God." In the beginning meant the beginning of the time-space material universe. The term word was clearly understood by Jews and Greeks of the day to mean Jesus. In other words, at the beginning of time was the Word, and the Word is Jesus, and the Word was God. Then according to the Bible, Jesus is God. Now, the same writer, John, goes on to write, "The Word became flesh and dwelt among us." The Word, who is Jesus, who is God the Son, became flesh. Flesh, meaning human flesh, humanity, personhood. In other words, one time, for one purpose, the all-powerful, all-knowing, faithful, unchanging, holy, good, sovereign, wrathful, omnipresent, creator of everything, became a man. And this man, who is Jesus, never stopped being God, but simply took on the form of a human. How did he do it? I have no idea. But I do know the method God used when he sent his son to earth to dwell among us. I suppose he could have zapped himself to earth or just sprung into existence, but as part of his plan, he was born from a woman just like any other baby, but with one major difference. Now, naturally, if God is going to come to earth in the form of a person, that's a pretty big deal. So it's no wonder that for hundreds and hundreds of years before he came, a whole bunch of prophets, priests, and kings wrote about the fact that God was coming. Probably the most famous of these writings is from a man named Isaiah. And obviously, if you're the woman who's going to be carrying and birthing God in human form, that's a pretty big deal too. And in this case, if you've never even been with a man and you hear you're pregnant with God's son, you might be tempted to freak out. But being a God of love and compassion, God sent angels to comfort Mary. By now, you probably know the rest of the story, except why? What was the purpose? Why did God the Son come to earth? See, when God created everything, it was good, it was beautiful, it was perfect. But soon after creation, sin entered the world, and to this day, everything is pretty messed up. I mean, come on, look at yourself. Even you're messed up. Well, I'm messed up at least. But God, in his love, sent his son to rescue us from our messed upness. So this Christmas, if you see one of those little and sometimes not so little nativity scenes, remember that it's basically trying to illustrate that she, meaning Mary, will bear a son, and you shall call his name Jesus, for he will save his people from their sins. Thank you, God, for sending your son, the baby who was born to die. Happy Christmas.